So, hello, welcome to episode 68 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson.
And that is Don McGowan. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
And new people.
Back. Indeed.
Welcome. At some point, my brain's going to completely join up and I'll be able to say all the words, honestly.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because we're doing back-to-back records, which people, you can listen to these in any order you want, but we're following on from one just 67. I forgot to mention in that we recorded last week with a really interesting lady called Nina Dorrant, who is from Women Against the Far Right, and it's going to be part of our discussions episode series. I put it out last week, but we've had some problems with the audio, so I'm just trying to repair that. As soon as I do, we'll get it out. So check that out with Nina. It's a really interesting article. No, really interesting
she's
podcast.
Really interesting, isn't she?
She is. She was brilliant, well. And yeah, she was, and really informative and good to listen to. So yeah, look out for that coming imminently when I fix the audio on that episode. Right. So, what did we talk about? We talked about the war.
Have you sued James O'Brien yet?
What, for his Reform Roundup thing?
For stealing your Reform Roundup.
I know. Cheeky bastard. Have you know, in the show notes, I put it as Reform Roundup TM now. Just
keep it up.
Bastards nicking our thing. But yeah, let's have a look at Reform, shall we, for this week? But, because we didn't record the second sort of episode last week, this is mainly last week's stuff because this is Monday, although something has happened today. But we're going back to last Tuesday now for the first thing. The Reform dropped a bombshell, as they put it, via all their pet/paid media channels last week, that a man called Ben Dello, who was touted as the UK's youngest crypto billionaire, is moving back from Hong Kong, where he's based now with his company BitMEX, to live in the UK so he can specifically donate to Reform UK. Now that follows on from Starmer and Labour banning foreign donations, or donations from Brits abroad, basically. So,
see, that's not what he's doing, though, is it?
Well, I don't know. It's difficult to know, and we got to be careful with
Nobody relocates to another country just so they can give money to other people for fun.
No,
we need to find out what that money's paying for, which is his actual reason for moving back here. Oh, it stopped raining now. Oh, that was the last episode, wasn't it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, the forecasting
last episode, the cat came in to tell me it was raining. I think he's been out and he's come back in and maybe... Oh, it's still raining, I think. I'm not happy about it. Anyway,
thanks for the update, Bruce. Yeah, that's cool. Weather updates as they break. Yeah, so Ben Dello is an interesting character, and he made a load of money off of Bitcoin and starting up a cryptocurrency trading platform, basically, called BitMEX. He became a billionaire within about 3 years. Then go on.
Who becomes a billionaire in 3 years?
I know. So I'm going to read this out because I don't want to get sued. And this guy has already put out 2 slap notices to journalists who wrote about him last week specifically, and I wrote about him. He's arguing to these journalists that it's not in the public interest to report that he was once pled guilty to failing to implement anti-money laundering controls within his company. And for that, he received a 30-month probationary sentence alongside a $10 million fine.
And he thinks that isn't in the public interest?
He's
a fraudster?
Yeah, he sent out a slap to someone last week who'd written about him, because obviously he's generating interest because he's joining Reform. So I would argue that it's very much in the public interest that people know about who this guy is. So that's hit. Apart from in 2025, Trump pardoned him, so he doesn't have a criminal record or anything anymore because
Donald
does. Trump. Yeah, but he does.
To every right-minded person on the planet, he absolutely fucking does.
Yeah, but yeah. So Trump pardoned him last year. So he's been living in Hong Kong for a long time. That's where his company's based, alongside quite a lot of other crypto companies. That's just part and parcel. And he's now come back. But what I did a bit of reading about him and found out that he's been kind of propping up the far right for quite a long time. He maintains a suite of offices just opposite Westminster Abbey called, is it Westminster Abbey? Yeah. Called the Sanctuary, and he allows members of the right and the far right to use his offices for free, basically. So he has like podcast suites, he has event spaces, he has lots of different things.
That's why he bothers me, because he's like an umbrella.
Exactly. Now, I was going to write something in my article that I wrote about him being the new Tufton Street, but I left it out, and then about 4 people under my replies just went, "Oh, it's the new Tufton Street." It's like, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. So people, well, first and foremost, he funded Toby Young's Free Speech Union. He helped him set that up, gave him a load of cash for that. I haven't found out how much yet, but I will try and find that out. So he calls himself a philanthropist and disruptor, but on the right. So yeah, funding the Free Speech Union. He allows the Trigonometry podcast, which is hosted by Konstantin Kissin, who's quite notorious amongst media circles.
Being a pseudo-intellectual.
Indeed. But he gets big guests because obviously he's got money behind him, a bit like other right-wing podcasters, mentioning no names. And I'm not going to mention his name. Yeah, so like Konstantin Kissin came to sort of prominence last year or the year, but no, 2 years ago, and he basically said that Rishi Sunak wasn't British because he was brown, Hindu. He's like, he can't be British because he's brown. I was like, this is a sort of like level of
Konstantin
racism.
Kissin is the lad who needed to get battered at school and wasn't.
Yeah, he is. But other people that have used Ben Dello's offices are Rupert Lowe, Ben Habib, Kenny Badenoch a lot, Claire Fox and her Academy of Ideas. That sounds like some sort of David Williams.
Sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It most definitely is. And Dello is very, very good friends with Jordan Peterson. So, that there's that as well.
So he's like dying, so...
What, Peterson? Is he? I haven't heard much from him recently, actually.
His brain is quite clearly cabbaged.
Yeah. Okay.
And last I heard from almost his cabbage daughter, he was, it's all very desperate and poor dad. And
oh, right. Well, I didn't know that. Oh, well, as they say.
She was probably just saying it for clicks, because that's how they do. That's how they be.
Isn't it? That is the problem. So the other thing that Dello does is he has a summer party every year, and he manages to have it in the cloisters of Westminster Abbey because you can hire these places out. So last year it was attended by such notable people as Matt Goodwin, Maurice Glassman, he of Blue Labour fame. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. Let me just turn that off a minute.
Maurice Glassman, that's
Maurice Glassman, who is not a very good guy.
It's almost like don't
Paul
take it
Coleman,
seriously.
who's the director of ADF International, the Christian law firm who oppose abortion. Now, that is quite an interesting thing because Nigel Farage, when he was in Congress last year, giving a statement to a congressional hearing, and sat next to him on his left was a guy called Lorcan Price from ADF International, the same law firm. So there's a link to this Christian nationalist thing. The ADF are like, they helped topple Roe v. Wade in America. They were behind that. They help people with abortion cases, and they go on and on about these people that do silent prayer and how they're being victimized. They're also what's the word? I think backing up Graham Linehan as well, not backing him up, but like supporting him with legal stuff as well. So ADF International are a very kind of shady organization that but the links across the far right and specifically Nigel Farage are quite big. So yeah, that was Dello last week. So that was the story that Reform dropped last Tuesday when the war went into ceasefire. They'd obviously been hanging on to it for a while, I think, to sort of make the most of the headlines at that point, and they did. But they've moved stuff on, as they tend to do. So The other big thing about reform Go on.
Does he have anything to do? Did you say Rupert Lowe went to the sanctuary?
Yeah, and Ben Habib. Rupert Lowe's used it a few times to make announcement videos and things like that.
And he's moving back here to fund reform.
Well, amongst maybe others, I would imagine. I think, as you said before,
I don't like it at all.
No, it's the Tufton Street thing. It's that far right propping up the far right thing. I think it'll just be. He's like a British Musk. He wants to be a British Elon Musk and sort of disrupt.
Do you think he's seen what happened with Harbour and he's trying to mitigate it?
Quite possibly, yeah. Quite possibly. So there are investigations ongoing between myself and some others about things like that, but I'm not going to say too much. But the only other thing about Dello is I was contacted by a guy called Luke Turner, who's an artist. He's in an art collective actually with Shia LaBeouf, which is cool.
Oh wow!
And they do lots of performance art stuff. But Luke was sued by two people, I can't remember their names, two basically neo-Nazis, and he's Jewish, and they were really sort of absolutely attacking him left, right and centre on Twitter a few years ago with anti-Semitic, really nasty stuff. So he managed to win his court case eventually. I'm going to write this up in a big article. I'm speaking to Luke about it, and we're going to talk about it because there's a lot to unpack with it. But he won his court case. But let me just check the amount. Yes, the people that were sued lost, and they needed to pay £350,000 in damages. That amount of money was covered by Ben Dello. He gave them the money. And that's a fact. So he can't sue me for that. That's on record. So, yeah. You're right to be worried. You're right to be worried about this guy. Yeah. No, there's some dark connections he's got. So we have to keep an eye on this guy, and I am trying to. So, yeah, thanks to Luke for getting in touch with me, and we will get more out on that because it's an important thing that he went through hell with these guys, and then the people that were attacking him being supported financially to a lot of money by this other guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's news to me. Yeah. No. Bad.
Very bad. Very, very bad. And that's Reform's new donor. So, yeah, apparently he's already donated $4 million. We're waiting for we haven't seen that come through because it takes 4 months. The donations take a quarter to register and then get released to the public. So it was announced that he'd already donated £4 million to Reform. So that must have happened within the last reporting period, but we'll see that come through in May. So, no, June. Sorry. Yeah. Very, very one to watch on that. Definitely. But let's move on to something a bit more cheerful. NigelCutMyBills.com. Anyone that doesn't know, Nigel Farage launched a competition about 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, called NigelCutMyBills.com, in which he decided he was going to offer to pay the energy bills for a lucky household up to £3,500 for an entire year, and everyone on their street, every household on that street. So that's quite a lot of money, depending on the size of the street. So,
well, you'd think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the competition closed a couple of weeks ago. Nobody really there was no sort of notifications really. It was just shut. And then on, is it Thursday last week? Yeah, Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember when it first came out. Robert Jenrick and Nigel Farage kind of put out some glossy promotional videos on their Twitter, turning up at the household of a bewildered older couple. I mean, they were like, "Oh my God, it's amazing!" Like
they were so shocked. Can't even say it because they were so shocked.
Yeah, exactly.
They looked almost as shocked as that bloke Lee Anderson knocked on his door.
Yeah, very similar.
It was that
shock.
level of shock, wasn't it?
It was almost identical level of shock, yes. So they turned up and Robert Jenrick presented a big check, like I was going to say like Ed McMahon, but that might like go over the heads of a lot of people. In America, Ed McMahon used to turn up at people's doorsteps with this giant check because they'd won a competition. He was quite well known for it anyway. Google him. So Robert Jenrick looks quite similar to him now. That's all I thought with his Ozempic face. But
and his comedy check.
The comedy check for exactly £1,758, which is a very specific amount of money, I thought. Anyway.
I'm sure I pay more than that, and I live in a much smaller house.
I'm pretty sure we do as well. So, yeah. So I
on
did
my
a bit
own.
Yeah, I know. And I did a bit of research the following morning, and I was able to track down the street on which these people lived because I was a bit sneaky, did some Facebook investigations, and then did some Google Maps. Yeah, and I found the street, and it's sneaky. A very lovely, a very lovely street in Wigan. Only got 17 houses. No, that's what people kept telling me. I don't know. But this house is lovely. So, you know, it's quite easy to geolocate things when there's sort of the video they put out was like sort of scanning the street and everything. So I found it anyway, and it's a very lovely street in Wigan with sort of £500,000 houses upwards, which is quite a lot for Wigan. Go on.
I can ask you a question. I'm having a brain fart. Lisa Nandy's still the MP, isn't she?
Lisa Nandy lives one street away from that house.
Well, that's where I was going to come MP, to with that, because Moffat's never going to beat her. That's fine.
Well, that's never local council anyway, but yeah, I mean...
No, but...
Yeah,
it's the progression steps, isn't it?
Yeah. No, he won't. So, yeah...
I really don't like Lisa Nandy, but...
No, I know. Yeah, so Lisa Nandy lives like one street away from this. It's one of the nicer areas of Wigan, so...
Isn't it just? How shocking.
I think you told us before that Lisa Nandy was a bit landed gentry kind of...
Her granddad was an MP and stuff.
Yeah. So that was in the morning, and then after I put out my post about the house and said, oh, you know, this looks like a lovely house, and I said about this is treating, which is a kind of old-fashioned term for giving money as financial incentive, especially during an election period, which we are in.
Oh, that's bribery. That's not treating.
Well, that's what it's called like now.
If I take you out for lunch.
Yeah, it's food. Yeah, this is bribery and corruption. So I worked it out. I thought there was 23, by my count on Google Street View, 23 houses. Turns out there was a couple of numbers missing, so there was actually about 16. So luckily for Farage, you picked a really short street. But it was still about £60,000 worth of electricity bills if he's going at the max. That, you know, that's fucking buying off an entire street. But within that...
But when you've got 20 million or whatever in the bank, it's fuck all, isn't it? A bit like fines for being naughty and earning loads of money off being naughty and paying a tiny fine.
Yeah, exactly. So when I put that post out in the morning, I got a reply from Yorkshire Lass, which is, I'll just, at LynFitLass it is on Twitter. She posted a reply and she said, are these the same people? And she sent me a photograph of two older people, put them up there. And
stronger together.
Yes, exactly. And I said to her, bloody hell. Yes, it is. It's Ray and June.
What are the chances?
So I said to her, where did you get that? But she was obviously maybe busy, like not as obsessed as me. And I by the time she'd replied, I'd found them. So I did some reverse image searching and I found Ray and June at a Brexit Party rally in Fylde. Is that how you pronounce it? Fylde in Lancashire? Yeah. Fylde in 2019. And lo and behold, there's Ray and June sat in the crowd, and right on their shoulder is Nigel Farage. Then there's another picture of them with Anne Widdecombe behind her.
It's so uncanny.
I know. And David Bull even in a picture with Ray and June. So, would you believe it?
We think there's something suspicious about this.
Yes, exactly. And I put out a post. I was like, well, would you believe it? Brexit Party rally going all the way back 7 years ago with Farage, and the winners, in inverted commas, of this competition just happen to be the very same people. Shocking.
And more than that,
The story didn't end there, however. Turns out, that was my first bit of help, was the Yorkshire Lass, and then my second bit of help was from Reform Party UK Exposed, which are an awesome account, and I talk to a lot behind the scenes. I messaged them on DM and said, have you seen this? And they were like, oh my God. And then they came back to me about an hour later and went, have you seen this? And it was the nomination paper for branch chair of Reform UK Wigan. I was like, oh, let's have a look. And lo and behold, Reform UK branch chair nomination for Lee Moffat was Raymond and June Dibble, the very same people who won the competition. That was in December of last year. Lee Moffat went on to become Reform UK Wigan branch chair. In one of the videos that Nigel Farage and Robert Jenrick put out, the camera pans round and there's Lee Moffat there. And he says, thanks, June. And I was like, what? This is rank. This is unbelievable. And so I put it out as a post and it went a bit mad. And as 2 million views later, it was still getting traction. But by Sunday, none of the media, well, I'll come on to that in a sec, but
got to wait 8 months.
Yeah, mainstream media wouldn't touch it. Apart from the excellent people at Byline Times, as I've mentioned, and Peter Jukes dropped me a message and said, can we have this? He called me Jeff, which is a bit weird, but he did explain it afterwards. That was the last person he'd messaged. He said, sorry, Don, that was the last person I emailed. Because I do...
You normally get Dom, to be fair, don't you?
Yeah, that is true. Or Dan, yeah. Jeff's unusual for me. But
I just call you Oi.
Yeah. He was apologetic, Peter, and he so Peter had said, can we get this for Byline Times? And I said yes. So talking to Nafis and Peter at Byline at the weekend and dropped them the article, which has gone out this afternoon, which I'll put a link into below.
Fabby dabby dozy.
And it's on the front page of bylinetimes.com.
Funny enough,
now.
I went to find my mate Lee on Facebook after we found out. And I thought he'd scrubbed his account, but I think he's actually blocked me because somebody else could find him. But because I used to question, last year, when Reform Exposed found out he was a partner of a company that invests in HMOs.
Yeah,
so I went and challenged him about it.
Yeah,
I went and challenged him, and all of a sudden I'm blocked.
Surprise!
It was rude. It was just like, do you want to explain this?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't deal with scrutiny very well, do they, Reform UK? They just turn it off, as,
Scratch
they're
the
doing.
Surface. Scratch the surface.
So that was that. So, yeah, I mean, go and have a look at Byline Times for the article. It's on the front page just now. And, Farage has been caught out.
You deserve that.
Thanks. It was good.
Really
and
well, you do. And so did they.
Yeah, hat tip to Yorkshire Lass, because without her photo, I wouldn't have gone searching and found all the rest of the stuff. So,
but this is what we can do when we bring a community of like-minded people together. That's what we do. It's what we've been doing from the off, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
We haven't done this ourselves with a lot of help from our friends on Twitter.
Yeah, we've got loads of mates that will always chip in and help us out. So, if we're the output channel for lots of different people, so. Yeah, another good reason to subscribe to us, and you'll never miss anything that we drop, and we do drop quite a lot of stuff, which is sometimes exclusive.
Before it even happens.
Yeah, I know. Predictions are rife. So that was that, and I mean, Reform have had a bit of a bad weekend because Gabrielle Pogrund at the Times has put out another article about Richard Tice. Breaking the law, he's called it, and I'll say it because it was said in the Times. Richard Tice firm broke the law by failing to pay £91,000 in taxes, which has sort of rumbled into today.
Isn't it that his trust fund should have paid it and they didn't, and he's claiming he's paid it personally?
It was his business. It was because he's got his business. That business is set up as a REIT business, which we mentioned before, which he was not supposed to have done, and he got tax-free benefits. Which was another thing that Gabrielle Pogrund at the Times put out a few months ago. But his company was supposed to pay £91,000. Tice claims that he paid it personally, so the HMRC got it. There's nothing to see here. But
into the wrong account.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how tax works. And so Dan Needle, who's the excellent tax, I think he's a tax lawyer, isn't he, Dan Needle?
Yeah, he's an expert.
Tax investigator, expert lawyer, whatever he is. Yes, exactly. He knows everything. and Richard Tice has tried to take him on, and it's not going very well, really. So
Good.
Nigel Farage was asked about it at a press conference he did this morning about, I don't know what the press conference was, because the headline isn't about that. Because I don't know which journalist asked him, but he said, what did he say? He made some false statement about, was it? Sorry.
Yeah. So that makes a difference, doesn't it?
He doesn't like that, does he then?
No. He doesn't like women who've got a brain.
No, he certainly doesn't. I'm going to see if I can find it, but no, I haven't got it there. Yeah, but he basically said something about Dan Needle, and Dan Needle took to Twitter and said, this is liable and unlawful, delete immediately and apologise. So we should wait and see what happens with that, because as we said before, I don't think Dan Needle would like to be misrepresented or lied about in any way, shape, or form.
He's very good at suing people who do come after him as well. So.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll watch this space on that. So it'd be nice if Farage gets a taste of his own medicine for once.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's loads of other shit reform I've been up to, but I can't. It's just too draining to list all of them.
It's exhausting, isn't it?
Just the one thing.
It's like playing whack-a-mole.
It is. There's the one thing I wanted just to finish up on reform, because it's. So yeah, the last thing I wanted to mention was this morning. Oh no, it was late last night actually. Richard Tice put out a post saying, "We at Reform demand a national inquiry into gross negligence of the Tories' Boris wave." This is their.
Demand.
That was what their press. Yes, that was what the press conference was about. Apparently, they're going to have a national inquiry about the so-called Boris wave, which they made.
What,
up.
Reform Limited?
Yes.
Having a national inquiry. Okay.
About 96% of their party were in the Boris government, pretty much at that time. So I just put out a long tweet about what we should be demanding an inquiry about in the United Kingdom, such as faking competition, why Reform UK has never told us who donates to the party using crypto, what George Cottrell really does for the party, Doge, Zai Yusuf, Reform UK's links to the far right, Steve Bannon, Peter Thiel, Heartland Institute, the clear and obvious links that Richard Tice has to the oil and gas lobby, Farage's non-house purchase in Clacton, and I just put a load of shit out. But
amazing.
It's just insane that they keep trying to bully the public and the press into believing what they say. And
it's distraction as well, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. It's just distract. So
they're running out of cards, man.
They are.
They've got no legs left.
They're really faltering. Really, really faltering.
Do you know what? I'm more. God, am I? As I sit here now, might change in the next couple of weeks. I'm almost more curious to see what happens on the 7th than my own result, because I want to see what the true picture is across the country.
Yeah.
If it does go turquoise, I think I might be in bed for a week crying. Not about me personally, just because of the dystopia, but I've got a feeling they're not going to do as well as they think.
No, I don't think they are either now. I think
if the by-elections are anything to go by.
Yeah, exactly. I think 6-8 months ago, they were probably nailed on to get a majority win in the council elections. But I think with the rise of Zach Polanski and the Greens, I think that's going to really trouble them. I think Tories are fucked and Labour are fucked. I think the Green Party are the big chat. I mean, Lib Dems always do well in local elections, don't they? In the Southwest, particularly in various other areas. But yeah, Zach's built this movement, which I think is absolutely nailed on for local government. So yeah, I think the Green Party, you included, should do well.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Did you see the article Bylines put out about the Greens and vetting and stuff?
I saw they put something out earlier. I haven't read it yet, though. I bookmarked it to read. I haven't read it.
Not to piss on my own chips, but I'm just frank and honest, so I'm going to talk about it. When the election officer came round to do the forms and stuff with me, he asked for my polling card because it's got your little unique number on it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you need my passport?" And he went, "No." And I said, "What do you fucking mean, no?"
Surely that should be a prerequisite, no? Check your ID. Yeah,
I feel like if I do get in, we're going to end up with like fishnet stockings full of stuff that's a problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't actually really know the ins and the outs of local government. I mean, I know various bits and bobs from my dad, but I've got a lot to learn over the next few weeks. And the problems
Hang on.
always begin at the
Hold on.
foundations.
Oh, yeah, sorry. There was a real weird buzzing, but it stopped. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Did you think there was
probably
a wasp?
just. It's probably just in my head. It's my tinnitus has kicked up a notch.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry. Yeah. Carry on. Yeah, the local government. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
yeah. So I think it's just if I do get in,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be eye-opening.
I bet it will. But it'd be nice to have an eye on the inside.
But that's why I want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get a foot in the door and see what happens. Yeah, that's weird. They didn't even ask for ID though. That's strange. But
and this isn't a green thing. This is everybody, every
Yeah,
party,
of
every
course,
independent.
yeah. Absolutely.
You should have to go to the town hall and do a bloody interview. If it was
Should be
down to me,
something. Yeah. I
yeah.
know.
You need a DRB. You need what
Yeah.
the fuck? I know I'm a good person, and there's apart from a mishap several years ago, it doesn't really matter. No one's going to find anything on me.
Yeah.
And that didn't affect anybody. That was a personal issue. So, but I'm like a good. I want to be thoroughly checked.
Yeah.
So that
You're open to it. Yeah.
it can be proven to people that I'm not a wrong un.
Open and honest and
But
upstanding citizen. Yeah.
Literally, test person is standing for reform in the locals.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Test person.
That's
here
a
he
paper
is.
candidate that doesn't exist. And they did that last time, didn't they? With loads of them, they put loads of people up, and yeah, loads of people. Didn't somebody win who didn't exist?
I believe that happened.
I'm certain that happened, or a dead woman or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something
it's
like
outrageous.
that. It's outrageous.
And sorry, but I will go on.
Right.
You have to be nominated and have a seconder.
Yeah.
But it's okay, you can nominate yourself.
What? Can you? Seriously?
So obviously I did that because otherwise I'd have to knock on 2 doors. So I just wanted to knock on one neighbour's door, which I did. And then she fibbed. Yeah. She made a very obvious lie about having already voted postally when the candidates hadn't been confirmed. And when you're like, oh, if you're going to lie, man. No. I know you're going to vote for reform. Do what you fucking want, but don't lie.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already sent my postal vote off. That was clever.
Yeah. For who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who for exactly?
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
It's an absolute madness, and it explains so much, which is exactly why I want to get into little local government to figure out what we can fix.
Absolutely. It's weird. I mean, you think a basic prerequisite would just be an ID check. Are you really self-dodging? Yeah, I am, honest, Gov. Wow, that's weird. It does explain an awful lot of particularly what Reform have got, with their insane amount of crazy candidates.
We need to get this archaic shite out and come in with some modern, new, solid rules that these weasels can't get through.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because all updating the law is playing whack-a-mole with knobheads, because people have found ways of circumventing it.
Yeah, totally.
And we've never really properly updated it since the internet came in, which has changed everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Including, people finding out that the drug laws are a nonsense too.
Yeah. And social media has changed things even more since then as well. So, yeah, yeah. Did you see the Reform guy they put up? I think his name's James Beveridge, and the
one that's in bed.
No, not him. No, that's
Do you know what I mean?
The gross one. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that is like ick. Yeah, messaging naked ladies on open forums is not a good idea when you want to be a politician. Yeah. No, James Beveridge is the one who looks like Lex Luthor. He's a young guy with like shaved bald head.
Rings a bell.
And he just looks like Lex Luthor.
Black hair.
No, he's got no hair. He's shaved it all off. It's completely bald. That's what he looks like. Lex Luthor. Yeah, no, he's very weird, and he's a big Tommy Robinson fan.
See, you said Lex Luthor, and I was thinking of the other fella with the
who?
You know,
which one's that?
Long black hair and a I might be thinking of Flash Gordon. I don't know.
Hey, that's
Never mind,
exactly who
move
you're
on.
thinking of. Yeah. The merciless Ming from Flash
It's
Gordon
a
you're
long
thinking
time.
of.
That's him. Yeah, it's a long time ago.
No, Lex Luthor was Superman's baddie.
Hmm.
But he's got this shaved head and he just looks like Lex Luthor.
I always think Lex Luthor runs Amazon.
Instead of Jeff Bezos. Yeah, maybe.
Well, same. Well, no, one's fictional, one's real.
Talking of Amazon, I was watching June Part 2 the other day, which I'm trying to get through because it's about 18 hours long. And it's on Amazon Prime. But now with Amazon Prime, you have to watch adverts every 10 minutes as well during the movie.
What?
Yeah. But now what they've done on top of making you watch 4 minutes of adverts every 15 minutes during a film is that it comes up on screen saying, do you want to add this product to your Amazon basket? And you can click it on your remote.
Unsubscribe
What?
from that shit now.
That's
I'm going to have to demand it. This is insanity, man.
Yeah. And then the other one, it said, I can't remember what it was. It was an advert for something. And it said, send information to your phone. And you can click it and it'll just send it straight to your mobile. Like, oh my God.
Do you know?
This is too much. This is Black Mirror stuff.
I've mentioned a few times on the pod how much I dislike adverts because if I want something, I don't find it. Fuck off. I'm busy.
Yeah.
It's an invasion of privacy. I think that we should have to opt into them.
Yeah, I agree.
That'd be a fairer system.
I
but it's why I stopped listening to The Troll, because I subscribed to Spotify initially, so I didn't have to listen to the adverts because they piss me off so much. And now I go on Spotify, I listen to The Troll. Not only have they got standard adverts beforehand, Gemma and Marina are now voicing over adverts for in-between bits. And I'm like, you can all take your comfortable salaries and fuck off. I love Gemma and Marina, notwithstanding. I know it's my own problem, but fuck off.
Unfortunately, this is how podcast advertising works. And I think,
I'm happy to advertise something if I think it's useful and beneficial to people.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
But I'm not going to sit here and advertise, I take this nutritional supplement and it suddenly changed my life. I'll talk about it on the pod if I found something that's helpful to people for nothing, because it's helpful to people.
Yeah.
I just know that rant was coming.
No, I know. Me talking about Amazon Prime adverts. Yeah, it's weird though, popping up on the screen now. Like, click this button and you can buy it.
That's egregious. I'd have thrown my telly out the window.
You can literally buy it from an advert now through Amazon. It's crazy.
No.
Anyway, sorry, that was an offshoot. Offshoot? That's not even the right word.
See, if I had enough money, I wouldn't need to use Amazon, but I don't, so I do. So I'm trapped.
Well, the thing is, I pay for Amazon Prime because you get the delivery better and you don't pay for then deliveries, So you get
but you really need deliveries when you're disabled because going into town's exhausting.
Fair, yeah. So that's worth it for that, but apart from the fact it's like 150 quid a year or something now, it's mad. But then you were getting Amazon Prime, and then it was Amazon Prime, you would get some stuff with adverts at the beginning, and then it was, oh, you can only watch this if you pay extra, and then now you're getting adverts and everything. It's like, oh, fucking hell.
No,
now you're getting adverts literally
I just wouldn't
to
watch
your phone. Yeah, I'm going to watch June 2, then I'm done.
It's because of that. It's because of that. Notwithstanding, I don't have one, but I've got no issue with people getting them black fire sticks. Do it.
Oh, right.
Because they're taking the piss now. The profiteering that's going on is just beyond. So I don't care about counterfeit anything now. Fuck them all.
That was the very first thought that went into my mind when I saw this weird thing on Amazon. I was like, oh, I wonder how much it costs to get one of these fire sticks. But
it's about 60 quid a year, Don.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, obviously,
for
legal reasons, we can't advertise this. But yeah, I can see why people do it. I know. It's crazy.
I don't, because I can't afford 60 quid, but
yeah,
I've got the fire stick. It works well enough. Got Netflix. That'll do me.
Yeah. So, have we got...
we've wanged on a bit, haven't we?
We have. I was just thinking that. The only thing we haven't
haven't mentioned poor Neil Duncan Jordan.
Well, oh yeah. Yeah. And Viktor Orban we forgot to talk about.
Oh. I need to listen to that because I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
Can I just... I found a good thing that Labour have done. And
yeah, do it.
if I find a good thing anyone's done, I'll talk about it. Even if Reform did something good, I would talk about it.
True.
No, I don't. Why? Sorry, my brain's not. Bookmarks, that's what I want, you div. So, Neil Duncan Jordan. Sorry.
I was just going to say, with Reform, I had a chat with Michael the other day. He's been messaging me over the weekend, just conversationally. Michael Squires from Reform UK. He's a nice lad. He's just chatting away to me on DM over the weekend. How are you? You know, haven't heard from you for a while. I was like, how are you doing? He was like, yeah.
Has he noticed that I blocked him?
He didn't mention it. I'll ask him.
I've got a Palestinian red line.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's it.
Sorry, yeah. Go with good news for Labour, yeah.
So, Neil Duncan Jordan, who's the MP for Poole, he's brought about a motion for an essentials guarantee that 40 MPs have signed. His tweet reads thus: "Life can change overnight. Illness, job loss, caring responsibilities. We need a minimum floor no one can fall below. An essentials guarantee would ensure support always covers the essentials people need to survive." Oh, goodness me. Life can change overnight. You can lose a job, fall ill, lose your home, or suddenly become a carer, and everything is different. When that happens, our safety net should catch you, not kick you down. This is why I love that man.
Nice.
Right now, life's challenges are pushing too many people into real hardship. Talking about poverty alone no longer captures it. Millions are struggling to afford the basics to keep warm and fed. We need a structural change, a minimum floor below which no one can fall. That's why I support an essentials guarantee backed by the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, the Trussell Trust and others. The principle is simple. If our welfare system is there when people need it, it must, or at least cover the essentials for life. This must go hand in hand with rising wages and support for small businesses, because when times are tough, everyone feels the pressure. Ignoring this crisis harms those living with insecurity, and it harms... Sorry, I haven't read it before I read it. Ignoring this crisis harms those living with insecurity, and it harms all of us through poorer health, worse life chances, and communities held back. A successful country is one where everyone has the security to play their part. An essentials guarantee is about building that kind of society. Sorry, I've waited 16 years to hear that. So he's currently got the backing of 40 MPs of 650.
Well, there's a way to go yet, but what a good start, though. Sorry, I'm just
but he's trying.
It's about to die of battery. Yeah, no, that's a proper Labour kind of old school Labour kind of thing to do. Yeah, that's excellent. That's really, really excellent to hear.
Whether he'll get anywhere with it is another matter, but he's trying.
Who knows? But it's
People
worth a go,
trying.
isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, fantastic stuff. Brilliant.
Oh, sorry, that was a surprise
amazing.
Cry.
Yeah.
It's only my second of the day. I'm doing well.
But a kind of hopeful one, though, isn't it? It's not like a despair. Yeah.
No, it's just
one.
raw emotion in it. Like before when I was talking to people who were just nice.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's fantastic. I hope that gets somewhere, and we'll obviously report back on it as it progresses. So
do you know what? I'll have to tap him up and get him on to talk about it.
Oh, that'd be amazing if we could. You've contacted him before, haven't you? I remember now.
Oh, yeah. And he likes me. So.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Didn't he invite you down to Poole or something to chat?
Remember. It was the day before I had my surgery, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you said he invited you to go for a chat in Poole with him somewhere, but yeah, I might have made that up.
I think I said, can I introduce myself to you? You said you can do anything to me. So, okay.
Okay.
He is a wag, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to stop doing that, man. I'll send you some blue tack in the post.
It's blue tacked on. I'm going to gaffer tape it for the next episode. Anyway, my phone's about to die as well. So.
I don't go out without gaffer tape in my handbag anymore. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because it's just indispensable, isn't it? It started when I went to the protest and I had a bamboo stick that was like fracturing in my hand, and I thought, oh, if I had some, that would be dead handy. But it comes in handy for everything. So I'm just saying.
Good tip. Yeah. Maybe we should end on that
exciting. Wacky one today, isn't it?
Yeah. We got a bit of good news and some Boy Scouting tips from Sal.
Oh, listen, I've got
Girl
all the tips,
scouting.
mate. Never
Yeah.
defrost your freezer with a hammer and a screwdriver. You can take that to the bank.
No.
Because what you'll do is you'll put a hole in it and all the gas
Yeah.
will escape, and then you
I
need
was
to buy a
about
new
to say.
bastard fridge freezer.
Sounds like you're
15
talking
years
from
ago, and I've never
experience.
forgotten.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
no, it wasn't. It's over 20 years ago. But yeah, don't do that.
No, don't.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Watchers. Yeah, classic. Right, I think we're going a bit delirious. We've been chatting for about an hour and a half now. So maybe we should wrap it up and say...
Should we stick a Cody Dollar in?
Oh, yeah, let's stick the most recent Cody in, because absolute genius
He's
that
awesome.
he is. Yeah, he really is. I said to you the other day, didn't I, on text, he's like one of the brightest comedy stars we've got in
he's incredible.
In the country at the moment. And
he's incredible.
He needs...
And he's a bloody good egg as well.
Yeah, he seems to be. I wonder if we could get him on. I'd love to chat to Cody. That'd be amazing. Maybe I'll tap him up and see what he says. Yeah. Why not? It's worth an ask, isn't it?
Oh, you can only ask. People can only say no or ignore you. So.
Yeah. Cool. Watch this space.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. Sorry it's been a bit avant-garde today.
With your hat.
What?
Your hat, your beret's quite avant-garde. You said it's been a bit avant-garde.
I just meant the exchanges between us, to be honest.
It's been a bit weird. Yeah, no, but it's been fun. Horrible things and nice things.
Experience.
Yeah. Well, unless you count tramadol, but that might have something to do with it. So, yeah, thanks for listening again, and we'll be along. We'll definitely try and get another one out the end of the week this week, all being well. Apologies for missing out on that one last week, but hopefully this week we should be fine.
Life happens.
It does sometimes.
Please give us a share and a like, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So you don't know why the US and Israel's war with Iran is going to cost you a fortune, but you don't want to look like a thicky dum-dum in front of all your mates. Here's a quick rundown before your Strait of Hormuz is blocked as well. Thanks to Donald Trump not having a single brain cell behind his tiny T-Rex eyes, he failed to realise that Iran controls one of the world's most important waterways. The Strait of Hormuz, seen here looking ironically bendy, sees a fifth of the world's chody little oil and gas ships pass through it every single year. And predictably, after getting its leader assassinated by massive missile, the Iranians have decided to weaponize the one thing the US and Israel have no control over. It's sodding geography. Basically, Iran stopped all ships passing through the strait, not straight because it's bendy, causing the price of a barrel of oil to soar to $120. Now, the highest price a barrel of oil has sold for was in 2008 at $148. Now the Iranians are saying, buckle up, pricks, we're going to send this baby flying to $200 a barrel. But the thing is, you can't really blame Donald for not realizing that Iran would do this, because they've never done it before. Oh no, wait, Iran has literally done this before. So now all the oily boys like Qatar, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia are like, fuck, if we can't transport our oil, that means we've got to store it, but we're running out of storage. Which means, fuck, we've got to shut down our oil fields because we're running out of storage. So now people like India and China, who are heavily reliant on Middle Eastern oil, are turning to people like Dracula's second cousin Vladimir Putin, who's like, well, look who's come crawling back. Thanks for your money. We're going to use it to make more war with Ukraine. To make matters worse, the US and Israel are bombing Iran's oil infrastructure, creating massive plumes of toxic vapor that innocent Iranian civilians are breathing in. And in response, Iran are using drones to destroy the oil infrastructure in the Gulf states. So the global markets are going fucking mental, which means countries around the world have released 400 million barrels of oil they've been keeping in reserve in order to bring the price of oil down. Which it did for a bit, but now the price of oil is going up again, tits. And now Donald Trump is starting to panic because the only thing he cares about is the global markets, and not unsurprisingly the freedom and dignity of the Iranian people. Because it's looking increasingly likely that Donald Trump is now going to leave Iran in the hands of the dead Ayatollah's son, who's incredibly fucked off and probably quite likes the idea of building a nuclear weapon now. Meanwhile, the super rich shipping dudes are like, whoa, we got to protect our profit margin, so unfortunately all of these rise in prices are going to have to be passed on to you, the shit muncher consumer. So expect the price of food, heating and transport to go through the roof. But don't forget what we're always told by the right-wing oil interests about turning to renewable energy and achieving net zero. Say it after me, guys. It's too expensive, yes. Only hang on, there was a report published just yesterday that shows that transitioning to a net net zero economy would cost less than a single oil crisis. Let me put that another way. If we spent all of the money we're about to spend on rising bills to line the pockets of oil interests on new technologies, it could pay for our entire economy to go net zero. Which means we not only wouldn't be choking to fucking death on fumes like the poor innocent people in Tehran currently are, we also would no longer be reliant on dictators, autocrats and psychopaths who currently control our energy. We are being ripped off, people, and the cost is on us in the form of money and literal lives.